All right. It's Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Okay. Shut up. Good. It's Friday. Welcome on board. Thank you so much for taking time to be here. I know. You could be somewhere taking two for the road and you decided, you know what? I'm going to fix my identities on Identity Friday. This is Uncle Chile. You know how we do it. Today, I don't want to talk too much. I want us to have a good conversation, start bringing the conversation on board. Today, we are fixing people individually. We don't want to make noise here and shout the whole night. No, it is a fellowship. Welcome to Friday's fellowship. As you're there sipping your juice, as you're there, some of you have started fasting already. It's amazing. So, thank you so much for taking your time to be here. And as usual, we never disappoint. We are here to fix souls. We are here to try and reconnect your physical aspect of life plus your mental to your spiritual aspect of life. Remember, the bearing in the spiritual is in the spiritual aspect of life. So if you don't have the spiritual aspect of life, you're wandering in a forest that you will never find your way out. Here, we fix anger, we fix emotions, we fix estrogen, as we say it every other time. So your role is to just like the live and share it if you can. Help us reach other people so that we can actually all fellowship together and find our bearing in terms of the spiritual aspect of life. Now, listen. We've been singing here every single time about identities, and we will continue doing that. All right? We'll continue doing that. And the reason why we sing about identities is because most of you have actually had conversations with multiple people, a lot of people all over the world, and our problems seem to be the same. We seem to have the same problems. Every single person tells me the same thing, and then when we go down that rabbit hole, we realize, oh, okay, identity issues. Whether you have anger, whether you hate people, whether you kill someone, whether you're a thief, whether you lie, whether you're using somebody for your own benefit, right? These are things that will show you actually whether you're inadequate, whether you have fear or doubt, whether you think you're depressed. So you always want to identify with something. That is you having no identities. But it's amusing how all of us are suffering from lack of identities. But we are always trying to actually create like a new name for every sort of identity that we have. I've heard of people saying I'm an emotional eater, I am depressed, I have ADHD, oh, I am chubby. You always try to find all these small names to actually quote the nature of evil. And I've told you multiple times, as long as you have anger, and everything will hail from a center of anger. Anger is destructive, anger is evil, it's the nature of evil. So as long as you have anger, you have decided or you've chosen to identify with the spirit of evil. Therefore, everything you will simply be doing will be of the nature of evil. So you don't expect to do anything good or right as long as you have anger. Because in this world, there are just two sides of the story, black and white. You're either good or evil. You're either controlled by the spirit of good or the spirit of evil. You're either controlled by anger or you're controlled by love. Two things. And those things that you actually have ideas in your head that you love them, you don't. If you ever had an idea in your head that you love somebody, you don't. That is an idea in your head. It's a lie. Drop it. As soon as you can, drop it. If you ever had an idea of being successful, it's a lie. Because there's no success. Who are you comparing yourself to? If in your head you've always had this fear of something, trust me, it's coming. Because everything you try to push away from you, it will eventually come back to you. Every single thing that you're trying to push away from you, it is going to come. It's just a matter of time. And everything that you're trying to hold close to you, eventually it will disappear. Hello? Anything that you're pushing away, it is going to come. So everything that you're afraid of, I can assure you, is coming to happen. Because you'll simply attract who you are. And everything you're trying to hold on to, oh, I love this, I love my children so much, I love my father. If my mother dies, I don't know how I'll survive. Eventually it's coming. And then you realize you're all alone. And today, on Telegram, and I think on Facebook also, I put up a post that was saying, imagine working 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 60 years, or even your lifetime, trying to chase a goal or to find a purpose. I've told you multiple times, you don't have a purpose. Stop being lied to that. You know what? You have to chase you have to live your purpose. Which purpose? Your only purpose on this surface of heaven is to glorify God. All right? I'm lucky to be glorifying God by easing pain and suffering from his people's life as a doctor. So that is one thing that I'm so happy about, because, and trust me, I didn't find it, it found me. You think I chose to come here and preach this identity stuff to you? No, I didn't. I'll be somewhere taking two for the road and having my own fun with my JD, a serious JD, very cold and sweating. With some big Coca-Cola and just enjoying it, and as I sip in, I get to the tipsy level and I'm singing and speaking this English. What are you saying? I didn't want to do this, but I have to do it. You think I want to wake up and go for a morning run? You think I want to work? I don't want to do it. I want to sit there like a zombie and procrastinate like crazy and just sleep the whole day. But I know my role, right? Because when you have the Spirit of God, it will guide you to know your role and understand your role. You think we want to fast? Ask even your bishop. Ati walienda kwa mlima for a fast. You think they want to go to the mountain and do a fast? Hey, but they have to do it. Why? Because somebody has to step up. Somebody has to step up and be honest. All right? And when somebody points you into the direction of light, I understand. When you're in the darkness, all you know is dark. All you know is the darkness. You will never know the light. Even if somebody tries to show you the light, you will never want that light, because you identify with evil, you identify with the darkness. So therefore, light does not make sense to you. All right? This is a very practical example is, when you've been obese for a long period of time, you realize most of your friends have been obese too. And then you decide, you know what, I'm going to take a bold step to break camp and advance. I'm going to lose weight. Oh, the moment you lose a kg, every single one of them wants to drag you back like a dragon. They want you back. They're telling you how you look chubby. Now they look depressed. How will you look after the skin has gone sagging? They're telling you how, men, they lie. They don't feed on bones. Real men eat flesh. And now all these things are getting into your head. And now the devil in your thoughts becomes very loud. Oh, and now you have to pay the dues. You have to now, because you are from inside you are so empty. So you have to seek validation. So anything they say, you must follow. So again, that's lack of identity. You want to identify with anything else because you don't have adequacy inside you. You are so inadequate. So every single thing they say you want to conform to. Now you realize, oh, I am the only one in this a group of 6 friends. I am the only one who is now losing weight. I mean, we are many of us who are fat. So people will have to accept us the way we are. Now you go back to being obese. Now you go back to just allergies every single day, and you want to blame every other person around you. Oh, it is this perfume, it is that, it is that. When you blame, you play a victim. When you play a victim, actually, we talked about victimhood in the previous life. And in this life, we are going to talk about those zisms, tribalism, racism, sexism, transphobism, zim. Are they even real? Activism. And on that note, let me take you through what has happened in Kenya. But before that, allow me to say hi to my individuals. Ladies and gentlemen, come in, tell us where you're watching us from so that we can actually shout you out and shout out to people from your area code. Remember, this is Identity Friday. So let them join in, share the live, like the live, just do anything, be participative, start asking to be in. We want to bring you in and have a conversation with you. We want to know, why do you have anger? We want to know, why do you have doubt? Why do you have self-sabotage? Oh, easy, every time I cannot do this, I cannot. You're always negative about life. Why are you that way? We want to show you that, you know what, you've been working with your mother's identity every single day, but you want to overcome it, and this is the place to be. We want to show you that here, we help you overcome the false identity and the evil nature of your father, the weaknesses of your father. Therefore, you have to see light in a different perspective. So as you come in with an open heart. Come in with an open mind. This is a place where we help you to actually win off those thoughts, because thoughts are evil at every single time, about everything. Every single thought in your head at this moment in time is evil, unless it is a functional and practical thought. It is in the present. Most of you are so unconscious about life, living unconsciously, because you're always living in the future and in the past. And how do you know you're living in the future? Oh, I have dreams. Oh, I have goals. Oh, I have success. I want to be successful. Oh, I have mentors. Oh, I want to be here. Oh, where I was yesterday is not where I am now. It is not where I'll be tomorrow. Oh, the future is bright. Oh, the youth are the presidents of tomorrow. That is you being unconscious, because there's no tomorrow. And how do you know you're depressed? You're living in the past. All the single times you're living in your past. You're telling people, you know, in 2019, I was rich. Until Corona. So there must be something you're blaming. 2019, mungenipata 2019, mungenijua. If you found me in 2019, you would have called me by my 3 names, Lewis Muchile Obunde, Uncle Chile to be specific. But because you found me in 2025 and Corona came and took everything from me, guys, you don't know who I am. No, you're playing a victim, and victimhood is not going to take you anywhere. You don't have an identity. So overcome the weaknesses of your father, overcome the evil nature of your mother, and once you do that, you see light in a different perspective. You see life in a whole divergent manner. And therefore, when you start having conversations, people will think you're actually in a cult. The other day, the devil was unable to pay rent in Kenya. Did you hear that? Amazing. So yes, let me say hi to the individuals here. It's only in Kenya where the devil is unable to pay taxes. Aye! We thought we had a devil taxing you, only to realize even the devil is unable to pay taxes. We're like, hey, Kenya, that way. Ladies and gentlemen, I see somebody from Gatundu. Who is this? At home with Sue. This is from Nyeri. Nyeri where? Othaya? I'm wapi? I love the weather in Nyeri. Ronald Ndungu from Gatundu. South or north, brother? Miss Nduva, Kilifi Massive is in the building. Pro Action Sports. The narrative, my body, my choice. Na KFC ni jina yake ya pili. I'm telling you, always trying to make sure that you are accepted in a way that is not even making sense. Daughter of Zion from Limbe. Hey, Limbe is in Cameroon, or is it Cameroon or Senegal? Cameroon, right? Yeah. McKenna is in the building. I see you, McKenna. I see D. I see George. I see you. Hi, Uncle Chile. Ndo naingia. Karibu sana. This is Anne. Anne, how are you? It's been a minute. Edith from Yaounde, Cameroon. We need to kick out that gentleman. Cameroon, do that thing. However, don't do it out of anger. All right? I see Pendo is in the building. Welcome on board, Pendo. Pamela is in the building. I see Ada. I see Miss Nduva. Nivek is in the building. Lucy is in the building. Amazing. Omwami. I see Kate Nduta. Omwami is from Qatar. Omwami, vipi bwana? Qatar, mnakula nini bwana? Mnakula nini huko Qatar? At home with Sue. Othaya is in the building. Thank you so much, Sue. Shetani amesota. Mastishi sets. Hi, Doctor. Humble Queen, I see you. Watching from Langata. Asante sana, Lisbenta. Live Fit. Watching from Sioki. Doc, Masaya, Devil Within. Leo shingo yangu iko tayari. Mapanga le. We are going to step on those necks. Thank you so much, Live Fit, for being present. I appreciate you, brother. Pauline Wellness, watching from Karen. Amazing. Gishia from Nkurumani. Hey. Watching from Botswana, Shannon. I see you. Eurovilla Realtors, Nairobi. Kitali is in the building. Phyllis. Amazing. John. Kumbe shetani ananga kitu. Hey, we were surprised in Kenya that the devil is unable to pay taxes. Most Kenyans, who am I to pay taxes when the devil is unable to do these things? Hey, Teddy Hayes, I see you, Teddy. Watching from Dheka Mulachap Ventures. Becky Gatwiri from Dubai. Habibi from Marsabit. Are you in North Hor? Where are you? Zumei from Guadong. Hey, Tabi, I see you. Dramadol from Nairobi. Welcome on board, all of you, on YouTube. Hey, today YouTube has decided to block dog. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're on TikTok and you've never visited the YouTube channel that holds Identity Fridays, it's called Uncle Chile. Qatar, respect kabisa. Thank you so much, El Mata. So go on YouTube and subscribe at Uncle Chile. That is the channel on YouTube. Ramadan Nganga is in the building, says K. Jane Wanjiru, Mwikali Rose, Mudoni Debu, Kariuki Nagi, Joab Oboge, Jen Muendo, Kate Nduta, Daniel Njeru, Esther Munyuri, Priki, J. Opande, Waidira is in the building, Hope is in the building, Agi Kelly, Waidira again, Adesua I Rise, Queen Nelly, Chito Sakala, Chito from Zambia, welcome on board, brother. Simati from County 038, that is my home county, Vihiga. Aye. Micheni Janet, Rose Mbevi, Eva Wairimu. Finny is in the building. Finny, welcome on board. Thank you so much for coming through. Mukira Yvonne. Hey, you people. Misheni Janet. Finis from Bahrain. Man, amazing. Amazing to have you guys. David Muita, I see you. Richard Ochana. Moyale Hospital. Live from Moyale Sub-County Referral Hospital. Amazing. Aye. Come on, Moyale in the building. We can end the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we can end the show. And we say, you know what? We are successful. Melina Cheng, I see you. Steve Lillian. Dorothy. Hey, guys. This is just amazing, man. Sam. I see you, Sam. Edwin Chappell. Is it Chapley? Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. I appreciate it. All right, let's begin this. So I was telling you that in Kenya, those of you who are outside the country, thank you, Willie, for liking the live and sharing the gifts. So let me tell you this for free. In Kenya is a different country, my guys. And there's a lot of identity issues in Kenya. A lot of identity issues. We will meddle in every country's affair. We don't want an invitation. We will come. Okay? We will come. Oh, Chito Sakala is dog female. Thank you so much, Chito. I apologize for that. I was thinking you're male. Female. Amazing. Welcome. Thumbs up, brother. I'm happy with what you are sharing. Keep educating. Thank you so much, Dr. Andy. Now, listen. So in Kenya, we have everything, but we destroy everything. I don't know how we end up just destroying everything. There's a lot of identity issues in Kenya. But I always see a big reflection. Zion, I appreciate you. Karibu sana. I always see a big reflection of the world through Kenya. Kenya is like a mirror. So I see a whole reflection of the world through our country. We have very vibrant Gen Zs that can actually change the lives for the better in the present, not in the future. However, fatherlessness, lack of fathers in the families. Somebody from Ethiopia, Hassanur Isaac. Amazing, brother. So, lack of fathers, or presence of fathers, but that are still very weak fathers. Because nowadays, there's a lot of fathers. There are a lot of families that are coming up. A lot of men are marrying early and all that. But they are marrying with no responsibility at all. They don't take responsibility at all. Even for their own ejaculation, they cannot take responsibility for a single ejaculation. So whatever they are doing is just marrying for sex. So it's all about the sex. Now, every boy out here is getting married. I'm saying boy because most boys are the ones who are actually married. So a lot of boys are married and they get married for the sex because they think in a marriage there's always availability of sex. So that when they go out here and they see nyash and they try to reach out on the nyash, because when they see they follow. They try to reach out on the nyash and it's impossible. All that anger is now brought to the bed, to the wife. At least tonight, they're having a single erection. So they're going to use this erection successfully to the wife. And until further notice, because erectile dysfunction has also become a serious problem in the youth of now. Hey, thank you so much, Tana and Willie. This is so amazing, man. You guys are so blessed today. It's a fellowship. We appreciate you. So we have weak fathers raising boys. These fathers don't even know how to raise these boys into being men because they are inadequate. They are boys to start with. Number two, the women that they have actually attracted or married, most of these boys are married actually. They don't marry, they are married. So the women that they've actually married or that they have been married to, let me use that. These women start to resent them because there's no leader here. Imagine this. And I will paint you a very good image so that you can actually understand where I come from with these stories. One, if you have a family unit that does not understand the order of God, that God above men, men above women, and women above children, the children will suffer. They will suffer so much because there's no order. Therefore, there's no role model for these children. This is one of the reasons why you as an individual, you are constantly looking for a role model outside your father. That's why you have a mentor, don't you? And apparently that mentor is online. Nowadays, a lot of boys are having mentors online. That's why you have a role model. Why do you have a role model when in your father you had a father? If there was a father, all these virtues would have been taught to you. Some of the things that I teach you here on Identity Fridays are supposed to be imparted in you by your fathers. But because your fathers did not even understand the order of God, that God above men, men above women, and women above children, that distortion happened because the women that they ended up marrying were the exact images of their mothers, because weak men harbor the identities of their mothers. And until a man overcomes the identity of the mother, They're always feminine. They're emotional. They're unstable. They marry for sex, right? And they're always hoping that a woman comes in to support. So now they start sharing bills. That's a problem. That shows you the lack of a father figure. So when you had a weak father or an absent father, the order of God has been distorted. Now the children are the ones that will pay a hefty price for this distortion of the spiritual order of life. So fathers are very important in the life of every child. And all of us know that even now when you're raising a child as a single mother, which I don't like using, I say it's just a parent, as a mother, or as a father on your own, you know very well that you would have thrived better in a family that had both the father and the mother, because they come with different qualities, and these qualities are very good for the child. So when you had the weak father or an absent father, the mother or the woman became so angry at this weak man or the weak male. And this anger could not be taken to the male because, again, there's nothing you can do. Now, this anger has to be channeled into the children. So it's actually passed. The weaknesses of the father and the anger of the mother are passed to the children. So most of us are always struggling with identities because we have multiple identities, starting from the weakness of our fathers and the anger from our mothers. So who taught you anger? Your mother. And who allowed that to be taught to you? Your father, because he was weak. He didn't know how to deal with your mother. Because inside him, he had his mother. So apparently, he ended up attracting his mother as a wife. He tried to run away from his mother, but he has his mother in his heart. So he ended up marrying the same woman, just in a different body. And now because he doesn't know how to deal with the mother, now he doesn't know how to deal with the woman that is here. And now it gets so confusing. And this confusion is taken to the children. And now we label it a good name. Or this is generational curse. Where from? It's not a generational curse. It's a lack of identities. And I want to show you how we become so messed up. And now we start seeking father figures from outside because our fathers were so weak. We start seeking for a role model or a father figure from outside. Now listen, we had a movement in Kenya called the Gen Z, a very good movement, a revolutionary movement. But lack of a leader. Lack of a leader from home. Not a leader for the group, a leader from home was the mess. So therefore, everybody who was going for demonstration for the Gen Zs in Kenya was not going for a demonstration out of goodwill. No, people are going for demonstration because of anger, because inside them they had a lot of anger. And apparently this movement gave them a chance to exercise their anger. It was so much full of anger, and you would see it. But everybody was quoting it in the name of, oh, you know what, this was not, the country, we are fighting for the country. Trust me, you. Take a very good example of your famous activist that was actually captured in Tanzania the other day. Now, this is why you listen keenly. You have somebody calling themselves an activist, right? This gentleman is all over. Human rights, left and right and center. Human rights. Well done. This guy goes to another country and then he's arrested there. And now I saw every single one of us trying to rally behind this gentleman so that he can actually come back. You did not rally behind him to send him there. That is number one. But now you want to think you're so good, you want to rally behind him to bring him back. It is none of your business. You're just trying to find a place where to put your anger. And Tanzania gave you a chance. Oh, this week Tanzania has become one of our major trending topics. And you know why? Because we actually poured our anger on them. Because a heart that has anger is always willing to destroy everything and anything within its path. Now that gentleman, let me give you some shocking facts about the gentleman. This gentleman's kids or children study in Brook House. Ladies and gentlemen, how many of you in Kenya know Brook House schools? So let's be honest with the conversations. How many of you know the group of schools called Brook House? Yeah, I'll give you a second to respond. You said you are after the activism. It's all about human rights, right? How many of you know Brook House schools? How many of you have children in the same school? Either Brook House or an equal school to that one. How many of you? Backbench. Uko nyuma. Am I loud enough? How many of you have children in the same school or a school that is equal to that one? How many of you? Yeah, but he's fighting for you, right? So look at it this way. This is the same thing that is happening to the blacks in the USA. always blaming something, always saying, oh, white supremacy and all that. The crazy ideas of white supremacists. Imagine you as a man labeling another man to be better than you. So you call them white supremacists. You say, you know what? I am not privileged because I'm not white. Yet you're sitting there drinking alcohol like crazy, smoking weed and bang, and saying, you know what? I am not a lawyer because the systems are working against me. But we have black lawyers. Oh, you know, it's racism, systemic racism. Oh, you know, it's because I was a slave. I deserve this. The world owes you no understanding. So our activists are living a very good life, courtesy of those human rights organizations. They are being funded, they are given money, and they are always under an agenda. And you guys have allowed these people to control your brains because you don't have identities. You can't see the bigger picture. So when they say let's go left, we go left, all of us, without asking why are we going left? Why not right? When they say let's go right, you're there flocking on the right. Why? Because you're so emotional. You can't even think on your own. You've allowed people to think for you. And you don't want the truth, do you? You cannot stand the truth. So this gentleman is actually thinking for every one of you. Boniface Mwangi, I'm mentioning his name. He's actually thinking for every single one of you. He has children in very, 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 very classy schools, paying a lot of money as school fees out of your anger. The more angry you are, the more he survives. And I told you, even your political leaders, they are chasing their own ambitions. So is he. And you're thinking this guy is defending the country all through. Nobody is here to defend the country. You must start with yourself. Defend yourself, because how would you know how to defend the country when you have anger inside you? You don't even have an identity. Which country are you defending? Which country are you defending? So this guy has children in very special schools, very expensive schools, international schools. But you, your child is somewhere in the village struggling to get 20 shillings to buy a book, because nowadays books are even bought. Your child is struggling to pay school fees, but this gentleman's children are in Brook House. Or is it Brook House or Brook, whatever it is, the Brook. But you, you on Twitter, very fast to text, very fast to reshare, very fast to say, oh, hashtag bring back whoever, bring back whatever. A gentleman or a lady who is constantly fighting for his own life because of hey, the blacks in the United States of America are victims. They allowed Jesse Jackson. They allowed Louis Farrakhan. They allowed every single agent who calls themselves black leaders to actually think for them. And now they can't even think for themselves. So whatever our leader says, we follow. Look at my Luo people. Whatever Baba says, he actually became your Baba because you didn't have a Baba in your family, did you? You didn't have a Baba in your family, did you? Now this political leader becomes your Baba. He's now your Baba. Nobody can touch your Baba because, you know, hey, Baba said, let's go to the right, let's go to the left. And then what? And then after he strikes a deal, you come back complaining. Baba has played us. Baba did not play you. No. You played yourself for actually trying to make another man become your role model. You are, as a man, you're supposed to be your own role model and then be a role model to your children. That is strength. But because of your weaknesses, your children are seeking leaders, are seeking fathers in political activists. And now family unit is so distorted. And then you look in the mirror, you see these children becoming drug addicts. That is your mirror image. You're unable to actually stand that mirror image. You're thinking like this one. And then now most men will say, this one belongs to the mother. You ni mtoto ule mama. Now you disown your own children because of your own weaknesses. You think now you've won the battle? It is the battle between what is good and what is evil. It is never a political battle, no. It's not about what Tanzania is doing. It's not about what the opposition is doing. No, it's about you as an individual. What is inside you? Pay attention to details, and the details are inside you. Just the same way we are paying attention to heaven, and heaven is inside you, and the kingdom is here and right now. There is no kingdom that is coming tomorrow because you don't even have tomorrow. So then how did they end up convincing you that you know what, your kingdom is coming tomorrow? So you have to do everything now for the sake. You have to actually, hey, religion. If you're not careful with religion, you must have some common sense. You must have some common sense to see what I'm talking about. Because most of you have dropped the common sense and then adapted the intellect. You've read the Quran, you've read the Bible, you've studied theology. Your pastor, your imam, they've taught you all these things and they've imparted their false identities in you and you've become them, a mini version of them. And why is that? Because you didn't have a father in your family, so therefore your father was weak and now somebody else took over. Because matters spiritual are supposed to be taught to children by their fathers. So the role of a man is, one, to protect children from emotions and anger that sometimes comes from the woman. And remember, in a woman there's a lot of inadequacies, there's a lot of thoughts coming in and all that, and a woman is very easy to be manipulated by the spirit of evil. So therefore the devil finds that easy. Same to a weak man, very easy to be manipulated. So the devil will simply use your thoughts to manipulate you and then messes up your children, and then you look at your children, you're wondering, where is this coming from? That's just a mirror image of who you are as a father, as a mother. So when there's no father, or when there's a weakness in the father, children will suffer. The woman becomes so angry, and women don't like weak men. So all of us have lacked a father figure, and that's the reason why we actually have anger. So fathers are supposed to protect children from the anger and emotions that are coming from the mother, and that's how women thrive. Actually, women thrive behind a strong man, a man who can actually tell them no, a man who can actually correct them, because they're looking for a man to lead them. But look at you as a man, relying on a woman. If you understand the order of God, you will know a woman is not supposed to provide for a man. But look at us, how we suffer, because we want women to provide for us. We want to share bills. And then we wonder how come all these marriages are broken. Those are not marriages, those are unions. That's why you call each other partners. Oh, my partner, my partner. It's not a business. Marriage is an institution. And a woman comes into that institution knowing the rules. It's like the same way you go to school. You join a school knowing that there are boundaries here. I'm going here to study, and there are rules here. So if I cannot abide to those rules, I'll be kicked out, or I'd rather not join the school. So marriage is the same way, an institution that's ordained by God. Therefore, when a woman is joining the man, she's joining because she has seen your ambition, she has seen that your purpose is to serve God, and she has seen a leader. So now the woman comes in and then realizes, yeah, there's no leader here. So that's why she came in on your feet, going to the gym, trying to focus on yourself and goals and all that. Now she comes in, you allow her to cook the same food that she used to cook where she comes from. And now you grow fat because you start pushing this agenda. You know what? Because a woman has this thing inside them to control something. And apparently they can only control the man. If they are unable to control the man, they control the children so that the man gives them attention. So imagine, this woman came here because she saw the goals. You had this six-pack. You're looking good. You had your shit together. Now she comes in, and you, 3 months down the line after marrying, you're already obese. you can't fast. Now this woman is looking at you like, this is not the man I married. This is not the man I married. This one. And now she will label you 1 minute man, just to poke you a little bit. Oh, when she says that, now emotions are coming. Now your mother starts talking in you. Your mother becomes louder here. And your mother tells you, please respond. There's no way a woman can win an argument. And look at you as a man arguing with a woman now. Yeah, the devil became louder in you. Your mother here is controlling you. Please, a mother and a wife. Mother-in-law and the wife. Of course, mother-in-law has to win, right? And the mother-in-law is inside you. As a man, you're carrying your mother here. As you talk to the woman, there are 2 women. Now this becomes one is a partnership. So it becomes actually a lesbian relationship because the man is feminine and the woman is feminine. And now we push women to adapt masculine roles. You see how we do it? Because when you start telling a woman to provide, now she has to pay rent as you pay school fees. This woman becomes masculine. She adapts masculine roles. No, she doesn't become masculine. She adapts masculine roles. Working to actually pay bills, provide. That's a masculine role. Women don't like providing. They were not designed for it. Women were designed to be provided for by the man. And that's the spiritual order of life. They were designed to be provided for by the man. So by the time you're actually pushing your woman to go and work to come and provide, even if it's 30% or half, whatever it is, 50-50, right? Oh, this woman resents you so badly because the only reason why she's going to work to come and provide is because somebody is paying her the bills. Somebody is paying her salary at the end of the month. That person who is paying her salary becomes the provider. So you lose your stand. And of course, you will not realize it. That's why you come in the comment section. Oh, doc, the world has changed. We are in 2025. You are living. Relationship between men and women will always be the same. Spiritual aspects of life will always be the same. What is good and what is evil. So tonight's questions. Number 1, do you believe in racism? Do you believe in racism? Has it ever happened to you? And what is that? Question number 2, are you tribal? Do you believe in tribalism? How has it affected you? What is tribalism to begin with? Question number 3, do you believe in slavery? Is there slavery? Do you believe in slavery? Is it the reason why you've not made it in life? Because your grandfather was a slave. So you never had opportunities to be a master. Are you a slave right now? What has tribalism done to actually block you from achieving your goals? What has racism done to block you from actually being yourself in this moment in time? Yes, I'm tribal. Though deep down I pretend I'm not tribal. Listen, on tribalism, all of us are born tribal, right? Because you didn't choose a tribe. You were born Luhya, you're born Kikuyu. All of us are tribal. That is natural. But then, how is that affecting you as a person? How is me being Luhya affecting me from actually attaining my goals in life, if at all I have any goals? How is it actually affecting me to an extent that I cannot think for myself? Somebody else has to think for me. Mudoni Debu is saying, imagine if we gave the show a like, all of us here. Imagine. Some people are so mean. You see, the evil nature in some people cannot allow them to even put that like there. They are wondering, this guy has 2 YouTube channels. This guy must be making a lot of money on these YouTube channels. Imagine me liking his life. Why would I like his life? Imagine this guy is actually telling me as a single mother, I need to go back. Hey. The devil is louder in your thoughts. All thoughts are evil at every single time about anything, except functional thoughts and practical thoughts. Thoughts of the present. So if you're not thinking in the present, you're an evil person. If you're thinking in the future, the devil is controlling you. If you're living in the past, that's why you're depressed, because you're constantly comparing your life now with the life in the past. The reason why you are anxious is because you're constantly living unconsciously in life. You're living in the future. Anxiety comes from you having doubts about the future. Depression comes from you always living in your past. You lost your job, so what? Readjust and keep moving. You don't have a job now, so what? Find one or make one. Nowadays, the internet is everything. What do you have? A whole man carrying khaki bashas every single time, looking for a job. Why are you looking for a job? You went to school to just come and tell us you can work well under pressure. Why don't you just create a job and then employ yourself and then be free? Some of you come to the urban setups, you leave your land or farms in the rural areas. All right, Golden is saying, I experienced racism in Diani. Although it wasn't being fronted by the whites, it's my fellow blacks. Tell me about that, Golden. If any case, request to be in so that I can actually ask you some few questions about that. Because I grew up knowing Luyas should never marry Kikuyus. I grew up knowing that Luyas can only marry Luos, Luyas, and Kisis. Because their cultures are like, they're like one. These cultures are made by people. And morals. Which morals? You don't have morals. Your morals is to serve God, and God will tell you what to do. Through your identity, God will reveal to you what to do. So therefore, you don't have morals. You don't. Drop that nonsense that I have morals. Which morals do you have? According to who? Whose standards? When you don't even have an identity. And you have morals. Morals with no identity. Where did you get the morals from? Ours is to follow commandments. Morals. And this is the reason why you should drop most of the things that you've been taught. You should be things that you've been taught. The ones who taught you lied to you. They don't even understand it. That's why when you question them, they become angry. Look at your pastors. Look at most of the imams. They cannot be questioned. They become so emotional. And then the most word that is actually used, you cannot question God. You cannot question God. I mean, who is God? I am made in the image of God. That means the Spirit of God is actually inside me. So God is a spirit and lives inside me. So who are you to dictate who God is to me? Well, you've been lied to every single time. The same pastors are raping children. The same pastors are sodomizing children. Oh, there are these Catholic priests in 𝗕𝗘𝗬𝗢. Students from Mount Kenya know it. They know it. Lakini hamwezi sema ati we have to pray. And then the priest comes in, puts on this gown, and is there reading scriptures to you. Scriptures that he actually picked from theology. He's reading them to you, and then you're saying, oh, na mimi pia. Oh, I once attended a Catholic church. Hey, St. Patrick's in 𝗕𝗘𝗬𝗢. When I was still thinking I'm so religious. Let me be honest with you. So, kama si sasa ni sasa hivi. So, was this girl I was looking at and was like, this one, if I get this one, maybe in a dating, no way. I'm done. Maybe with dating, if I find this one, you see, every man has that thought in their heads. That if I find this type of girl, I'm good to go. If I find this type of girl, I'm not chasing Nyash again. I'm not going to follow any other girl. God, bless me with this one. It is over. Case closed. And this dream always comes at 27 years. You're like, at 27, I need to be married. Because it's a script that is actually, you're actually playing a part in this movie that was written by somebody. So they are saying, hey, you know what? Hey, if I get this type of Nyash, at 27, I must have this type of woman, very well dressed, very respectful, with a child and a small car. I'm driving my first car. I'm driving home, I stay somewhere else, I can afford rent and all that. So that is the life in my head, in my kyongs. So imagination, the devil trying to control me and tell me, you know what, at 27, everything has to be in order. Hey, there was that plan, but there was the plan of God. Where? Don't ask me what I was doing at 27. All I know is, every single plan that was put in my head, success, marriage, children, family, and all that, all of them, I never achieved it at that moment in time. Never, not even a single one. So I went to church because there was this cute girl who told me, you know what, I am a church member. I actually, is it called YMCA? Catholics, can you tell me, is it YMCA or YCA? Young Catholic Association. So I am a member of YCA. I don't know if it's YMCA. I mean, I didn't pay attention as such. I was paying attention to the girl, you know. So she requests, you know what, I want to know if you're serious. So you have to attend these meetings, the YCS. I have to attend those meetings in 𝗕𝗘𝗬𝗢. You guys don't know 𝗕𝗘𝗬𝗢. I have to attend these meetings every Friday. Instead of going for 2 for the road, at 7:30 to 8, I'm somewhere there at St. Patrick's trying to attend this meeting. I'm like, I'm now weighing options. My weighing scale, here is JD, 1 liter, and here is YCA meetings. I'm like, but the devil in me told me, you know what, for you to win this one, you must actually perform. So I said, oh, JD, I apologize, this weekend, I'm going for the YCA meetings. 2 stories for tonight. One is that and the other for Jehovah's Witness. So I went there. Now I'm there. I'm seated there and I'm attending this meeting. I don't concentrate. There's nothing I'm getting into my head. I'm just like, I want just to be here physically and to show her I can actually support you, baby. Baby, you know, babe. So I went there, sat there, listened to these meetings, and then came out. She was so excited. The devil is a liar, my friend. She was so excited. Now, it's time for me to harvest. See, I've done my part. She's like, hey, there's no harvesting here. Wait a minute. Hey, lack of identity is my friend. Wait a minute, there's no harvesting. You must prove that this is just Friday. We have Sunday, you know. So we must climax this on Sunday. And then if God gives me a chance to live the following week, I will see what I can do about you harvesting. I'm like, I can be patient. I can be patient. If I dropped JD to come here on Friday, I mean, just Sunday is here. Where? Sunday, I'm there with a white shirt and a black trouser and the sharpshooters. You know sharpshooters? They are waking up on Sunday at 7 to go to church. It was crazy. Leave alone going to church. Just waking up at 7. Mimi sasa niamke saa moja nifanye nini Jumapili? Nitoe law kama niende church. And it's like, hey, babe, are you, hey, I'm ready. Hey, piga pasi. My line here can actually kill a fly. I'm going to church. My cologne, yeah, I'm going to church. White and black. I'm clean as the lamp. If God came that time, Jesus, I'm straight to heaven from the dress up. So I'm in church now, and I don't know. We have to stand up, and when the priest is saying something, we have to repeat it. I was so clueless. Yeah. So I have to use this eye here to look at this guy. What is he saying? I try and repeat it, but late, And I'm seated there. Sometimes we're kneeling. I'm like, "Ay!" That was the longest hour in my religious life. That was the longest hour. But I'm glad I managed. Okay, I'm glad I managed. Now, time to harvest. I was told, I have a feeling you're just doing this because you want to harvest the organ. I'm like, after all I have done, victimhood came in. It kicked things so fast. After all I have done, imagine I sacrificed my Friday life, just to. There's a club in Thika that was used to called Pokis. You guys don't know? Do you know Pokis? Those actually closed, I think. Those Pokis. Then they came blends those times. So I went to church. I made sure, mimi niko kanisa. And then she denied me the organ. I'm like, expectations in the heart of Bazan. Expectations in the human Bazan. I'm like, well, after all I have done for you, go to church, attend those meetings. She was like, but I didn't ask you to. I'm like, aya. Slap your slap your Juma. Leave alone this one. There's this one. Hey, I was like, hey, reality check. I'm like, hey, church girls. Now the resentment came into me, and now I'm like, church girls are a no for me. I'd rather pick a girl somewhere else. But in church, I'm not. Lewis, calm down. You don't have an identity. Right now you're actually sounding exactly as your mother, and it doesn't even make sense. Hey, patience. So ladies, when you tell a man to be patient, allow me to just tell you the secret. Every man will be patient. Just like me. However, on the sides, we are busy. We are very busy. We will lie to you how patient we are so that we can actually earn your trust. Those days that you go to a man and you tell a man, you know what, we can't do it because it's the first time. And this man says, hey, okay, no problem. Trying to maintain the trust and buy the trust is just a matter of time. I'm telling you for free. This man will lie to you for those 90 days that they'll be waiting for you. But this man is super busy on the sides. Very busy. So it's just you who is thinking that this guy is so patient. He has waited for 3 months. Imagine this guy has dated me for 3 months. He has not even asked for anything from me. Why? And there is no friendship between a man and a woman. Learn it from me from today henceforth. And ladies, the moment you tell a man, oh, you know what, most of my friends are males. The moment you say that, because most of you are constantly saying these things, and I really pity you. But you know, I was raised by men, and most of my friends are males. And you're telling a beast who knows those beasts, you're telling them, most of my friends are males. Do you know how many girls have said that I was their friend? Acha tukunywe maji. Ati Dr. Lewis is my friend. Hiya. I remember our grandma used to tell us that kisses eat people. Yeah. There we go. All of us had these misconceptions that, you know, Tesos, they eat their firstborn children. If you marry a Teso, she'll give birth to a firstborn, and then she'll carry this firstborn to their home. And then they'll throw this firstborn in a tank full of boiling water. And then they will eat the meat. And they celebrate. Oh, if you give birth to twins, that is a curse. They will have to slaughter one twin. I'm like, where are you getting this from? So I remember my grandma used to tell this, Modoni. I remember my grandma used to tell us that kisses eat people. And we grew up thinking that they were carnivores. Until in teenage in schools, we started interacting with them, and I realized they are people. So Kisis in the building. Most people know that either Kisis are witches or Kisis eat people. That's what was told to us. We never had any idea, but this idea was put into our heads, and then we believed it, and we became it. So now you hate a Kisi, not because these Kisis have done anything to you, no, because your mother told you Kisis eat people. The same mother that told you don't go to this neighbor because these neighbors are, they are the ones who come here to actually do witchcraft. Right? The same woman who told you that. And your father was there trying to support this idea because your father was weak. He didn't know how to deal with this nonsense. So he was in support of this. Don't go there. Now, I remember when I was growing up also, before I talk about the Jehovah's Witness story. So, that could come the next time anyway. So, when I was growing up, I remember when my mother used to have, my mother was very, very, very emotional. And she would have an argument with a neighbor, all right? And then now, yeye na jirani, water and oil, they don't mix, right? They don't even say hi, even in church. We are going to church, and they are going to church, it's a Sunday. They've dressed so nice for the church, but they don't say hi to each other. Now I'm like, why are we going to church when you hate each other? But you can't ask your mother because you'll receive a slap that you'll never forget, all right? And now, in the evening, because we used to have this cacao, we will milk and sell milk, okay? So in the evening, my mother has to send me to that neighbor, the one that they have actually had a beef, to go and ask that neighbor to pay for the milk that, ile maziwa hajalipia. Now, how am I even going to say these things? I was there when you guys were literally quarreling. I was so ashamed on your behalf, mother. Now I have to go and tell this neighbor, my mother has sent me to come and collect the dues for the milk that you've not paid. I'm like, no, I'm not going. And then she threatens me, oh, they cannot respect me. I'm like, but hey. And now I have to go out of guilt. And my dad is there reading the newspaper. I'm like, you know, we used to believe our fathers are the strongest. They can beat everybody. I'm like, see, my dad should just go. This one, he can beat my neighbors. Why don't he just support his wife? But you can't ask. So there are things that women do that really need a strong man to see that this is actually an evil move, so that the man corrects that. And if the man does not correct that, it will be passed to children. All right? And it's not even them. It's not their nature to do that. It's the nature of the spirit that lives in them, that they have allowed to live in them, that actually controls them to do that. So most women are not responsible for what they do. But they are responsible for the spirit that is inside them, the spirit of anger, the spirit of doubt, fear, concern. And these are things that we are taught. So we are taught racism. You are told that you are not successful because the whites are successful. You are taught you are poor because their father is a rich man. So he is rich, that's why we are poor. He is white, that's why our black nature cannot survive. So therefore, they are supremacists. They call them that, right? White supremacists. So imagine a black man believing a white man has a super brain than them. Just like that, because he's white. Not because you've interacted with him, no, because he's just white. So he has to be supreme. I have a spirit of anger. Winnie, I appreciate that. You actually mentioned it, and we can actually help you overcome anger. All right? So how do you overcome anger? Please, come in. I will help you overcome anger. Simply request to be a guest. Anger is evil. Anger is the nature of evil. Anger is the reason why most of you are into and out of every single relationships, and then you question God. So basically, you're questioning your lack of identities. Anger is the reason why you hate people. Anger is the reason why you're always on the streets trying to defend human rights. You don't have any ability to defend human rights. You are not God. God is the one who defends people. You cannot protect even your children. You don't know how to protect children. As a man, at your, my role is protection. You don't know how to protect if you don't have God. You're so weak. And you must overcome those weaknesses. Most people will tell you that they are alcoholics, but no one is willing to tell you they are evil. Most people will tell you I'm addicted to masturbation, but they don't tell you they're evil. If you call them out and you tell them you're an evil person, they will be so mad at you. Everybody will tell you, you know what, I lied, but they'll never tell you I'm evil. They will never tell you they are evil, because the evil nature in them is always seeking validation. So it's okay to lie, but it's not okay to be called evil when we know lies are the nature of evil. So you've allowed the spirit of evil to control you. Somebody's asking storage of a witness. You guys mnapenda mshene sana. You guys, mshene Pro Max. Let me read some comments here. Lawyer. Listen, me, I'll tell the truth the way it is. I don't care about lawyers. I don't care about the legal systems. I will tell you how it is. All right, I'll tell you how it is. And our activists are taking advantage of you because you don't have a brain. That's why you've allowed them to actually think for you. You don't have an identity. You don't have a brain. And if you have one, you've failed to use it. It is functional, but it's not being put in use. Okay? Somebody's asking me to talk about anger management. Listen, you cannot manage anger. You overcome anger. Let me give you a good example. Most people will tell you this. A lot of people, when you ask them, do you have anger? They say, no, I don't have anger issues. So they're quick to defend that. And then you tell them, do you ever get angry? They realize you've actually pinned them down. So they'll run. They'll say, I sometimes get angry, but that's human. Okay? They say it's human nature to be angry. I'm like, no, how about you? Leave alone humans. It's you I'm talking to. Do you ever get angry? And now they say yes. And then I ask them, can you get angry without having anger? Can somebody get you upset if you don't have anger inside you? Can anybody trigger you if you don't have anger inside you? Now they start seeing the sense. And now they start to admit, but half-heartedly. And now when they admit, we start having a conversation, because you must admit that inside me I have anger. And there's nothing and no one who can actually get me angry if inside me I don't have anger. So until you admit it, because it has to come from you. Mine is to show you the light and the direction of light. Yours is to admit and then put in the work. So when you tell them that, they deny. But when they accept, it becomes easier for you to start the healing processes. You cannot heal from something you've not accepted. You cannot heal from masturbation if you've not accepted that you're addicted to masturbation or drugs. You must start by accepting. Because the more you resist, the more it persists. If you resist the truth, it will actually hurt you much. You are digging your own pit. And most of us are playing God. We are playing God through scriptures. We are playing God by just combining different scriptures and lie to his people. We are playing God by playing victims. We are playing God by lying. We are playing God by being in doubt. Imagine how bad is your God? How weak is your God? That in every situation you must have fear. How weak is your God? He lives in you, but you have fear. No, you don't have God. If God lives in you, there's no fear. And that's why you must overcome the spirit of anger, which is evil, to come back and resurrect in the spirit of good, which is love. And until you do that, you'll never know how to love anybody or anything, not even yourself. So how then do you overcome anger? One, admit that, you know what, I have anger. Be self-aware. Once you're self-aware, everything works for you. Number two, somebody taught you anger. As a child, you're not born with anger. So somebody taught you anger. So for you to overcome that anger, for you to stop going to the streets to demonstrate out of anger, not out of goodwill of the country, you're demonstrating because of anger. For you to start passing judgment, to stop passing judgment on people and having opinion about anything. For you to see the other side of the story and not being controlled by the evil nature of your activists and your leaders, political leaders. They're not leaders. They're not leaders. It is you who have actually made them leaders because you don't have an identity. So for you to overcome that, you must now face the person who actually taught you anger and who taught you inadequacies, somebody who taught you emotions, somebody who taught you the wrong things from the word go. Because once you popped out of your mother's womb, the script started immediately. You started playing a victim because you would actually play a victim so that you get some favors. And your father allowed you to do that. Your father lied to you as a lady. You are a princess. So now you believed the epitome of beauty is becoming a princess. And now any man who tells you you're a princess, you give in. And your mother taught you how to manipulate men so that you actually earn what they have. Your mother taught you, you know what, for you to compete with men, you must go to school and have a good career so that even in that marriage, if you're kicked out, you can actually depend on yourself. So it made you think that marriage is actually a place where there's hell and I can be kicked out any single time. Yet the same mother is in marriage. Your mother is in marriage all through. But whatever she has taught you is not what her mother taught her. It's what society demands. Is what the New World Revolution demands. Is what Michelle Obama has actually said. Is actually what an activist has said. And the powerful women of the earth have said that. So we follow that blindly because we don't have brains. So every one of you is getting into a marriage with one foot because you know you can be kicked out any single time. But you know what? That man that you're actually getting in one foot also got in with one foot. Why? Because all of you are just faking it. How do you expect it to work when both of you are faking it? So you're thinking you're so bright, stepping in with one foot, only to realize that by the end of that relationship or that marriage, you are left with children. Do you see that? Common sense. So you stepped in with one foot, thinking that, you know what, let me one foot be in career, one in marriage. Did you know motherhood is a full-time career? And this is not me saying that women should not work. If you want to work, that's up to you. But you know very well you don't like working. You like being in places of jobs. Actually, you love jobs. You don't like work. You love jobs. So you like being in a place of work, but you don't like working. Because it's not in your DNA. It's in a man's DNA to actually work to provide. And then I ask women, why do you think you go to work? Why do you think you work? And they tell me, because you know, I have to be independent. I have to get this and that. You know, I don't have to ask my man for anything. You asking a man for anything, it means you actually married the weak one. Because a man who knows how to provide will provide, so you don't have to ask. Why are you asking? And if any case, realize the things that you're actually asking for are the things that you want, not the things that you need. So you're actually going for competition with other women. Oh, my husband did this for me. Oh, I asked this from my husband and he gave it. Oh, I did blah, blah, blah. It is what you want, not what you need. Because food will be provided, shelter will be provided, your children will go to school, you'll have your clothing, and everything basic will be provided adequately and optimally. If you married the right one. But you go there with one foot, the other one is coming in with one foot. No wonder you guys are partners. How will your children not be on the streets as activists? How will you not blame racism as a reason why your marriage is not working? Oh, I married a white man. How will you not blame tribalism? Oh, this Kikuyu woman waited until I made it here and he came in to destroy. How would you not be told that by your parents? And you will teach that to your children and they will believe. The reason why your empire crumbled is because you married a Kikuyu woman. Aye? The kind of men our fathers were, not today, wamekuwa wanawake pia. The reality is our fathers were also women. It's just that we didn't realize. The society just made them to be together. They didn't like each other. You think your father liked your mother? No. But he understood responsibility. Right? The problem with men nowadays, most of them are raised by mothers alone. So they were not taught how to grow up from being males to a man. They don't know how to be that way. And this is the generation that's actually troublesome. This generation is actually bringing in a lot of problems. And this generation is being prepared for you women. Okay? It's actually, and women, let me tell you this for free. You know this agenda of being independent and all that. Do you think you're designed to be independent? Independent of who, to start with? Independent of who? Do you know every man, not male, every man, his major concern and his major joy is to make sure that that woman and those children are provided for. Did you know that? Now the problem is you attract who you are. So you ended up marrying a male. And now you come in the comment section saying, oh, but that is not for every man. But I just said there's a difference between a man and a male. You didn't hear that because emotions were coming over. You didn't hear that. A man, in our DNA, we are designed to go out. That's why I will not give you all the attention, please. A man, if you get a man who is giving you all the attention, oi. Check the background. Is he gay? Check the background. Men can only give attention to one thing at a time. So if he's working, allow him to just do his work. He knows you're there. He doesn't have to every single day, hey babe, umekula, babe, umekunywa maji, babe, umekohoa, babe, are you breathing? He doesn't have to do that. Those are males and gay boys. They want to give you attention, but a man has to give attention to his purpose, and his attention is to God. because that is his purpose. And through that, he will know how to love you. He will provide, he will protect, he will lead you. Therefore, he will not complain. But you want attention from the man, right? You want attention from the man. He gives you the attention, he stops giving attention to the job. And now you start complaining he's not providing. You're wondering why you're sharing bills. Because you want him to give attention here and also to give attention to you. These two things cannot roll along. He will give you attention when he has to give you attention because that is your time. But if kama ni kazi, wacha afanye kazi. Your role is to make sure that kwake iko sawa, because you joined in knowing this anyway. You joined in knowing these responsibilities. But I know the weaknesses in the modern man is they never lay boundaries from the word go. Men are afraid to lay boundaries because she will leave you. You are afraid she will leave you. So you're wondering, you just want to tie her down with the marriage, just the same way women want to tie down a man with a child. A very useless idea. Or if I marry this one, I'm tying her down. You will suffer in that marriage. You will die early. Or if I get a child for him, he's going to stay here. Oh. That's when we realize, kumbe tumekuwa 3 of us have children for this guy. 3 of us are pregnant for the same guy, the same time. Right? So drop these ideas in your head. Drop these ideas first. Once you drop these ideas, go and forgive your mother to overcome her identity. And then go and forgive your father to overcome his weaknesses. Once you've done that, you will see things differently. And now you'll attract energies that will roll along. The same energies. People who have identities. People who understand the order of God. People who will marry you as a woman, not people who you will marry as a woman. Most men are married. We missed the point from the word go. Oh. Ati, are you married? Yes, I am married. Well, I am married. I am married to a very beautiful wife with you married. Hey. Sawa. Leka kabisa. And why do you even find a reason to tell us if you're married or not? Like, how is that our business? Because by the time you're telling us you're married, you're posting your wife all over, it basically tells us you are unable to provide. Yeah, these men who are constantly posting their women on the status, WhatsApp status, seeking validation from other men, they're the non-providers. Seeking validation by posting your woman, you are not providing. You don't have leadership. Posting a woman, oh, leo tumebebana. I just took my woman to Diani. Oh, we are in Zanzibar. Weak men. Males, actually. Because men do it without even telling the public. Dog, which channel on YouTube? It's called Uncle Chile. So on YouTube is Uncle Chile. So yeah, actually, allow me to market my platforms. 1, I have a Telegram channel called Health and Wellness Sport. You can join in. Number 2, I am live on YouTube right now. A channel that is called Uncle Chile on YouTube. There are lives that happen on that platform on Fridays. Uncle Chile. There's another YouTube channel that matters health totally. All right, Uncle Chile. Uncle, let me just put it here. So you can simply go there. 159 of you who are here, just go there and subscribe. Hey, Doreen says Kabiwa Jesus. Doreen, this is a male who has a child with a cousin. Hey, African. Yeah, did you see how he defended the story? Ran away left, right, and center to only admit it later on because he is under control of a woman. The woman has taken control over that boy. Oh, and you can easily see the boy does not have even a voice of a man. Him and our vice president, same WhatsApp group. Yes, Team Kekeli has posted it there. Uncle Chile. That's the platform I'm on live on YouTube. Uncle Chile. So that's a live for every Friday. We help you overcome anger, emotions, weak and false identities. We teach you to learn how to be yourself and stay present. Even men who change their own profile pictures, run! Let me tell you this. Most men, if a man is not marketing anything or any program, and he's constantly posting status, his Facebook platform is all pictures, run. Ladies, run. I don't know how you get attracted to such males, because of course you don't have an identity just like them. So you attract who you are. These men who always removing their tongue when posting for a photo. Men going for this, what are they called? What are they called? These meetings that are organized by companies. Is it team building or something? Team building. A man is there with another man's wife, And whatever they are doing there, I saw the other one. They're trying to burst a balloon by actually just touching their genitals to actually pop a balloon. Did you see that on the internet? It was trending. A whole man with a pot belly trying to pop a balloon using. Bring back shame. Bring back shame. Bring back shame. At a team building. Those things that you guys do during team buildings, I really wonder. There's another one. Women are sleeping on the floor, and then they have either an apple or an orange on their genitals. And then now males of course, with no identities, are coming in to eat that apple. Married women. And none of them is actually resisting this nonsense. And weak males are cheering because it's just my turn. They are cheering. So we are encouraging men to actually go and lick genitals for other men. Hey. Am I the only one who sees this? You guys share these things with me, and I'm just like, ay. I hope that soon we can actually start bringing those videos on these lives. Just share the screen so that you can actually see those things. Serious men with bald heads, others with beards, but they are there eating an apple from a woman's genitals in the name of team building. Ay. 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 I'm telling the truth, Mariam. I received this. You should see my Instagram and my TikTok inbox. I get these videos every single day. A lot of videos. And I'm just like, where? These are people's wives. And then the same people will still wonder how the marriage broke. We attract who we are. And until we fix our identities, it's going to be messy. And I'm telling you here for free. I personally have never experienced racism. I've never experienced tribalism. Even though I've heard it from people and I've heard it from my own parents, I've never experienced it anywhere for no good. I've never. So I wouldn't speak about tribalism, something that I don't know. I have no idea about slavery. I have no idea about slavery. I read about it, and that's history. That's how the syllabus is designed, to constantly keep you in the past so that you keep on wondering what is happening. You never stay present. Look at the medical syllabus. We question it every single Monday on the lives. The medical syllabus is totally history. We are talking about history. And then there is new research coming in. We tell you about the new research, but in campuses, our students are learning history in medicine. History. Hiya. Modern solutions will be given to modern problems. And identity is one of the things that if you fix it, you will not believe in this nonsense. You will not believe in racism, because how can you hate somebody because they are white or because they are black? You can't. You can't hate somebody because of their color. You can't hate somebody because they are Kikuyu. You don't even care until they tell you that. You will not hate anybody because they are Kikuyu or Luo. The problem is somebody taught you that hatred. You must face that person and apologize, because you resent that person. You didn't care about Luos when you're growing up. You didn't care about Kikuyus when you're growing up as a child. You didn't even know tribes. You're just trying to be a child and grow up. That's how your life is supposed to be. So a child is totally more conscious than most of us. I want you to examine your thoughts every single day. Just examine your thoughts and you'll see what I'm talking about. All of us are living unconsciously. There's a lot of thoughts in your head that are useless. Imagine no wonder you end up hitting somebody's car. You're on a traffic jam or you're in a car, and there's a thought coming into your head. There's a live on TikTok that you're missing. So your head is now on TikTok. Another is coming. I must be on Instagram because Nairobi Gossip has posted something. I had it. Another mind is, on Facebook there's something that's actually boiling. There's something on Facebook trending. There's something on Twitter trending. I have to be there. So many thoughts in your head that you don't even live on that highway. You're not even driving now. You're busy in your head. How will you not cause an accident? And let me tell you, you call it chai at tea. What has Odogobari posted? I want to go to BNN. You're always there. That's why channels for gossip are always filled. But these channels for fixing identities, they will never be filled. That's why you prefer sending a gift there and liking their life, but you will not like a life here, even though it's free here. And you're getting value for your time here. So I'm telling you this for free, unless we forgive our parents because they taught us the wrong things. They didn't know better. If they knew better, they would have done better. All right? And like now, I feel like rushing to Chai Ugo kwa Boscan. Who is Boscan? What is that? Yeah? So you want to go there, get the vibe there now. You think you are updated. That's because I know Chai, what is trending in Kenya and what is happening with these socialite bimbos. Now you think, now you know what? Now I'm updated with information. How is it going to help you? And tomorrow you're busy saying, oh, you know what? I'm not being given a job because every boss who wants to give me a job wants my organ. They denied me a job because I did not give them sex. They denied me a job because I'm Kikuyu. Right now, every single office is filled with Kales. So I'm not given a job because I'm not a Kalenjin. That's what you say. No, you're not given a job because you're not up to standards. There's no Kale who wants to deny you a job. People are just evil. That's not Kale denying you a job. It's an evil person denying you a job. It's an evil person asking for sex in exchange for a job. And I see this everywhere, even in religion. Christianity is divided into several religions. Catholics thinking that Protestants are crazy. Other PCAs are thinking like, you know what Catholics are teaching is crazy. The other day, there's a story that was trending that the new Pope, the Catholic, is not a Pope, is an actor in Hollywood. Others are saying the Catholic cross is inverted. So it's not a real religion. Others are saying, why is DS going to church on Saturday? They don't know it's a Saturday. Please, go find your identity. You are suffering from lack of identity. Nobody is criticizing you because you are Luo. You're actually self-inadequate. That's why you're thinking people care about you. You are so minimal that people should care about you. Why? Why would people care about you? Nobody cares about you. You came alone, you live alone. So who should care about you? Oh, you know, my mother does not care about me. I know. She doesn't because she's evil. How many of you, your mothers used to compare you with your siblings? Your siblings are doing better than you, and now they become the best. You are the worst. How many of you, your fathers almost disowned you because you know what? You look like your mother. Hi. Yes, Tim Kekeli. Hello.
Hello, Doc.
Yes, how are you?
All is well.
Amazing. Do you believe in tribalism?
Not really. I haven't had any problem with that.
All right. How about racism?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, because you're a black person in Germany, and I'm told Germany is a crazy world where every white person sees us as monkeys. So have they called you a monkey so far?
No, the thing is, some people ask questions.
Yes.
Like, how did you get, for example, how did you get to Germany if you guys live in trees, if you use elephant to like vehicle, like those kind of funny questions.
Yes. Does it get to you?
But I cannot say this is racism because they don't, maybe they are just curious. They don't know anything about where you are from, or like they have never maybe traveled.
Yeah.
And they're asking about it.
So did somebody ask you that?
Yeah.
Okay. What did they ask you?
Yeah, she asked me if we sleep in trees or if we
And what was your answer?
Actually, they are close friends, so I at that time I understood she never traveled, maybe outside of Europe or something, or all they see is on TV. They shows or those mostly things that are shown here. They are the Maasai. They're really, really remote people.
Yeah.
Those are things that really trend. Like people, those shows you always have them on TV. Or yeah. So maybe.
And what did you answer her?
No, of course.
Did you get angry at that comment?
No, because she was a friend and like we were chilling. It's not the reason to get angry.
Oh, okay.
But there are times when we were at the campus.
Yeah.
We all think that some of our professors are mean to black students.
Okay. Why do they think so?
Because we always get bad notes.
Okay. What is bad notes?
Like you can have maybe a presentation, a group presentation, and you are the only one who get a lesser point than the other.
Okay, but in campus there's something called a course outline. Is it not just easy for you to just take the course outline and then use that to actually study, and you can actually make a substantive argument about that, so you don't have to rely on the lecturer to give you notes?
But we do, like this is the system that I don't know how it is right now. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But thinking back, I really see also that we are putting ourselves as victims.
Yeah.
Because some of our how do you call it, student at that time, some really make it like go through the course without issue, without any bad note point from those professors. So that means for me now, looking back, that time I was full in my thesis issue, like they had something against us.
Yeah.
But looking back, maybe we were not really good at what we are doing.
Yeah.
Or I was not really good, or I can do better actually.
Okay.
So, I could have done better.
So you studied in Germany?
Yeah.
All right. And did you finished school and you graduated, right?
Yeah.
So it didn't stop you from graduating?
No.
So then, so it didn't affect you totally. So it's non-existent. So I'm interested in this story about your friend asking about the monkey stuff and you sleeping on the trees. Why do you call her your friend? Why do you think she's your friend?
We hung out together, gossip together, and those.
But it's just somebody who you hang out together and you gossip. So actually you guys didn't have an identity and you ended up attracting each other because gossip is crazy. So
I agree.
So they're just people you knew. They were not your friends as such, because if she was your friend, she would have actually done a background check and she wouldn't ask such insensitive questions.
Yeah, but if they don't know, for me, it's like somebody asks those questions, they really, really don't know. Because sometimes we also watch, like, I personally, I think I watched also some Maasai reportage about Maasai, and it's kind of like they are really, really remote area. They don't have any, they are really too far from civilization. And you think that if you go to Kenya, you have to travel like 10 hours to get to the Maasai.
Yeah.
Those are things that we saw on TV, like the media again.
Yeah, most of these things we actually see it on media. And trust me, when I was growing up and actively playing football, there's a way we used to think like the white people are so feeble, like an African can easily break their leg, until we played against them, and then we realized, these guys are that strong. So we used to look at that skin and we're like, this is the skin of weakness. So all of us have those thoughts. And of course, I don't think it warrants us to get angry when somebody asks that question. You simply answer and you move on, because they're asking it from a sense of innocence.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it has nothing to do with
Yeah.
racism anyway. But anyway, thank you. And everybody's asking you, do you sleep on a tree? My friend, you want to slap the hell out of this guy. Ah, you're already calling me a monkey. You're now even putting now a new idea in his head that actually monkeys sleep on a tree. I was just asking, I don't know, I've never been to Africa. So why are you upset? Now, let me tell you this. Last week we talked about, you remember us talking about that white Africans in South Africa? Do you remember? Have you seen how that story has actually blew up for no good reason? And now it's a big story now. I saw President of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, in the US being asked, why are these people killing the white farmers? I told you this story before. I told you, you know what, in South Africa, there are these guys who have a gated community and they live, the whites, they preserve their culture, and no black man goes into that. And if you not watched that episode on Wademaya's channel, I think you should go there and just watch it. You'll enjoy it. Right? So now it has become a whole racial thing, and now every white person is coming after the blacks and saying, you know what, you Africans in South Africa, you're killing the white farmers. And I'm like, nobody, no black man wants to kill a white farmer. No. These are just evil people killing each other. And if any case, black farmers have also been killed, and nobody pays attention to that. But just because there was a story about racism in South Africa and all these things, all of us have seen it on TV. Nobody has ever experienced it. But now it's actually blown up, and it's actually crazy. Now Donald Trump has to come in and pretend like he's now caring about the whites because they want to distract you from the real goal. Oh, we are not. We are still focused. Was in Dubai, and a Pakistan boy called me Coca-Cola. He told his dad, "See this Coca-Cola, amazing." All he wanted is to drink you. Why didn't you call him? Look at this Fanta. You see, please. Look at this Coca-Cola. Some people used to put banana peels on my sis bed hostel. Who are these, Mariam? Those are just evil people, okay? It has nothing to do with tribes or race. It's just an evil nature of people. So inside us, we have the evil nature. So I'm told you, 99.9% of human beings are evil. And until they die from that evil nature, we are going to suffer, and we are going to blame it on something. We are going to blame racism, we are going to blame sexism, we are going to blame zizism, all through. But that is us playing victims, trying to identify with something that we are not because we have no identities. All right? And I was being asked if you have schools in Africa, you see? And it's a genuine concern and a genuine question because these people have been told, that's what the media sells to them, that Africa is a home of problems, Africans are beggars. And this is because of those people you call your leaders who are constantly there begging. Some of them, they go there to beg and then they're asked, President Ruto, you've come with a team of 100 people to ask for a loan. These 100 people have actually spent a lot of money, almost half the loan that you're actually asking from us. And then you people, you ask for a loan from us to go to take it to your country, and then you steal it and then bank it in our accounts, in our banks here. Because most of our politicians are banking their money in offshore accounts. The same accounts that they are going there begging for loans. And they come and steal the same loans and they bank in the banks in USA, in Serbia and all that. So now when you're going there in China to actually ask for a loan, these guys are looking at you and wondering, but you have money here, there's a lot of money in your account here. And how bad is your country when we are seeing your account here has a lot of money? Your people bank with us. Kenyans are banking with us. Look at us investing in Dubai. Our governors, because they know at the end of the tenure they'll be followed. Because if a change of a tenure comes in, a change of government comes in, they'll be followed. Because that's the game they play all the time. Unless they side with the government, they'll be. I was seeing the story of a governor of Isiolo. I'm just like, where Isiolo people? I pity you guys. And of course, most of the people in Isiolo are employed through the back door. So when all this mess is going around, you people cannot demonstrate. Why? Because you know if you demonstrate, you're doing it out of anger. You'll be fired because you're employed using the back door. So you are always under the mercies of this guy who is actually making you suffer. He's going to eat even your children. And the northern people, you have to wake up. Your leaders are actually messing you up. You have to wake up. And until you wake up, you're so emotional. You guys are so emotional. If Duale does not say a word, you guys will not say a word. So if Duale blows you to the west, all of you go to the west. You don't care. You just know Duale has said and we go to the west. This is a guy who has more than 1,000 camels or whatever. He has amassed a lot of wealth. 900 and plus millions of shillings in his accounts worth of wealth. Now he's even into billions because of the rotation in the ministries. And if he says left, you go left because you don't ask questions. Sisi ni oria. It's time for you to start thinking for yourself. Luos. Baba is not your baba. You have a father. Start thinking. Kikuyus, Rigadi is not your father. There is nothing like Murima. How to overcome anger issues? Go and forgive your mother. Go and face her and tell your mother, you know what, I apologize for resenting you for no good reason. And then go and face your father and tell him, I want you to forgive me for resenting you for your weaknesses. I apologize for resenting you. If you knew better, you'd have done better. So forgive your mother and forgive your father. That's how anger leaves you. And then start doing the silent prayer and stay present. Sisi ni oria, kwa TikTok is Lee. Orias are so emotional. Emotions left, right, and center. And I realized in those nations, in those places, women are more aggressive than men. Women are raised to be more aggressive and more tougher than men. The males are crazy, super emotional, super angry. And when Aurea is angry, he is angry. You will know he's angry. And now he has to bring in the tribe. Let me tell you this. I've seen these things and I've actually observed it so closely. There's no war between Boranas and Rendiles, no. There's just confusion and lack of identities because people are emotional. So two guys are fighting. One is Kisii, another one is Kikuyu. And now because the Kisii has actually been shown some blows, has received some whipping. Now he has to say, oh, you know, Kikuyus hate Kisiis. Nimepigwa juu na Mkikuyu, nimepigwa na Mkikuyu. You are not being beaten by a Kikuyu, you're beaten by a fellow man. Man up, fight back. So you're beaten by a Borana or a Burj, you are running to shout, you know what, Boranas have beaten us. They are not beaten us, you are beaten. It is you who has been beaten. Face it. That you've been beaten by Kikuyus. No Kikuyu beat you. Another man beat you up. Another man beat you up. Even your wife can actually beat you up. I say, you know, these Kikuyu women are so aggressive. They are not aggressive. You've seen these stereotypes. Oh, Kamba women, if you don't sleep with a Kamba woman, she'll sleep with the next door neighbor. No, you are unable to perform sexually. So you're being assisted because all of you don't have identities. And now that assistance is coming to you. Now you're like, because you want to seek validation, you're coming, Kamba women love sex. Kamba women, don't ever marry a Kamba woman. No. You fix your identity, because if you did fix your identity, you'll not be on the internet complaining about Kamba women. How many Kamba women have you had? Just that one who actually reminded you that you are a male. Where? Toa estrogen, ongeza testosterone. You don't want to be assisted? So you fix yourself. Fast, my friend. You're eating 7 meals a day. You don't have an identity. You're sounding just like a woman in your head, and you're saying, you know, I'm a man. I am a man. She did not respect me and I'm a man. If you're a man, we will know. You don't need to tell us. Oh, respect women. Respect women. Who are women? Talk on behalf of yourself. Start owning up things. Start being responsible. But you cannot be responsible and own up to some of these things if you've never fixed your identity. So go and apologize to your mother. Tell your mother, you know what, mother? I have realized along the way I've been resenting you for no good reason. And that resentment has yielded me nothing apart from anger. I apologize. She might never know what you're talking about. She doesn't have to understand what you're talking about. But once you say that, you overcome her false identity. Anger leaves you. And now you face your father and tell your father, you know what, Dad, I realize that along the way I've been resenting you for no good reason. And now that I know better, that I know it's very bad to resent human beings, I apologize. I know every human being has weaknesses. And I've resented you for your weaknesses. But now that I know better, I apologize. Once you do that, ego is gone. You die from ego. It's a painful process. You die from ego. And now the devil becomes louder in your ears. So then you must pay attention. That's why you must start by knowing yourself. Who am I? Who am I? Why am I going through this? So when you start asking this question, because when you get to a rock bottom, that's when God reveals himself. So you must apologize to your father. You must apologize to your mother for resenting them for no good reason. Thank you so much, Kate. And once you do that, it's difficult. Trust me, it's very difficult. And most of you will not take it. Most of you will say, oh, why would I apologize to my father? My father is the best. He has paid my school fees. Oh, my mother was the best. My mother is so loving. That is you having an idea of what love is. Love is not coming from your mother. Love comes from the father. Love comes from the father to the mother, and then from the mother to you. And if you had love, if your mother was perfect, why are you angry? Why do you have anger? So if you have anger, if you have doubt, if you have fears, if you're afraid of anything, if you have doubt, if you have self-sabotage, it's time for you to go and apologize to your mother for resenting her, to overcome her false identity. Time for you to go and face your father to forgive him. Apologize to him for resenting him for being weak. And then the identities will leave you. Now you'll live a life that is so different. You'll not even think you love your parents, because whatever you love becomes your God. It controls you. So if you love your mother is now your God. Now she'll control you every single place you go to. African lady.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
How are you?
All is well.
I'm good. And you?
All is well. We thank God for life.
All is well for me too. Thanks. Yeah.
Do you have anger?
Pardon? Go ahead.
Do you have anger?
No.
Amazing. You never get angry?
For me, as far as you know, my situation I told you sometimes back, right?
Yes.
I have learned a lot, even though I'm young, because of battling with cancer, so many other things. And I choose myself simple and happy. Simple life and happy. And I'm a very humble person.
How would you know?
I don't like... Pardon?
How would you know you're humble?
I do. I know who I am. I know what I am. I know what I own. I know what I don't.
No,
and I try.
But don't you think don't you think by virtue of you saying I am humble, it means you're not humble?
No.
How would you know you're humble?
Trust me. By then, I know, because whatever things life have taught me is what I know.
Okay.
And life is full of lessons all the time.
Yeah. I
was coming here to contribute something what my sister was saying earlier.
Okay.
Since I have a little experience from outsider.
Okay.
Did you manage to get the positive check and preventive check last time that I told you?
Yes, I did.
So you got it right, everything that we were talking.
Yes, I did.
Can you imagine someone coming from where I told you that I belong to, and coming from Kenya and so on, and then going all the way to outsider and being having the privilege of attending schools there, and then they will ask you, you Kenyan speak English? Is there Kenyan schools? The Kenyan, do they go to schools? Like, I have been having all that kind of a question. And then the main discrimination, let me just tell you. You are talking course outline. You have the course outline, yes. Can you imagine every semester, there are quite a number of, there is academic classes, plus elective that you choose. The elective is the only choice that you have, right?
Yeah.
The rest are compulsory. So the elective itself, there are quite a number of them which are more beneficiary to me when I look, not just because of making money, the certificate that I'm going to choose, not just looking for status,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So, as being there, sometimes you will be asked, even you are on academic courses, you will be told, oh, the class is full, I'm not going to take any more.
Yeah.
And then you know the duration that you are going to live there. And here you are using medical insurance, school fee, and you know, living there also, it's not an easy, right?
Mm.
So when you are being told the classes are full, then you have to wait next year around. Can you imagine? So that is time. They also kill your time. And sometimes also, some of the classes, they will tell you, oh, you need to write a prerequest. Why do you want this class? Which government is going to employ you for this? Why is this and that? Because since I was talking for global politics and global economy under the interdisciplinary study, so some of the things, you know, those are the questions that you have to explain, and you have to write an essay of maybe 10,000 words. Why?
But then don't you think that's a failure on our side? Because why don't we trust our own institutions, and now we have to seek education from abroad?
For me, it's just because as I was battling with cancer, I couldn't manage to come back immediately because I also had to go for rehabilitation and so on. So then instead of staying idle, then I have to do my studies. Just was that way.
Because this is what I talk about every single day. Like in Kenya, you are from Kenya, so you'll know better. There's a guy who was called 𝗕𝗘𝗬𝗢𝗡𝗚, may his soul rest in peace. And he died in 2017, and this was a billionaire. And this is a gentleman who had even insurance companies, and he died from cancer. But even with all these institutions that he had, the insurance companies and all that, you want to tell me this guy has never had an idea of building a cancer center here? It's not like it was not possible to be built here, but they will prefer going abroad for treatment for cancer. And we don't have institutions here to treat cancers. So I was thinking, what is so special abroad that we cannot build here so that those doctors can come here and our doctors can actually be challenged to work in these institutions?
Exactly. Let me just tell you something, okay? Being coming from Northern, remember that we are always being treated like the second citizen, okay? When I go somewhere today, I will be asked for a bribe and so on. So it will not make any difference that much for me, first. The second, when, what do I call, very young person, at 17 years old, who don't even have the breast that it did not form that much, okay? And you know, for where we are coming, we are very slim and we don't have that kind of boobs and so on. And then you have been told like, this is what you have it. And then you wonder how things is going to be. And here we are, our doctors, they are not very welcoming. Let me just tell you something. Wakiona wasungu, kila mtu, every Kenyan, majority of them. Yes.
Oh, you should see Masais. They will break their legs jumping for a Muzungu.
Yes.
But again, look at it this way. I want you to look at it this way. Is it not the same thing that's actually happening here that is actually happening there? Let's say you're being treated as second citizen that side. One, that's just true because you're actually a second citizen that side. Now here, do you know that there was a time, I don't know if it has actually changed, that only students who have done medicine or pharmacy or a medical course from Nairobi University or KMTC are the ones that were getting a priority in employment. Did you know that? So that all others who are coming from any other institution were not viewed as somebody who was actually studying Nairobi University. And that is the ego that's actually coming in even with the doctors who are out here in Kenya. doctors will constantly ask you, where did you study? So if you say you studied in Nairobi University, now they can recognize you. If you say you studied in Mount Kenya or KEMU or somewhere else, they will victimize you. They will say, these other branches. There's even a professor who is well known for treating people who have actually studied in Nairobi University only.
And then let me tell you something. Right now we are here in Nairobi. Ukienda to African Hospital. Now the middle gate, not from the doctor's place, not to the other corner. Hapo katikati. Ukiingia, when you are heading to the cancer section. Okay?
Yeah.
When you are heading to the cancer section, before you reach the cancer section, on your left, iko kayumba inakaa kama hizi yumba ile inakuanga hat.
Yeah.
You know the round. Kukuto hiyo round. Kukuto hiyo round iko ka stamp fulani. Hiyo stamp, it's a golden, inakaa karibu na number plates za gari. Size kidogo. Imewekwa kwenye hiyo kukuta, ni golden color yake, na imeandikwa something to do with what do I call, it's about manageritis and US ambassador. So how did that ambassador cross the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and come to the Ministry of Women Affairs and then exit from the interior? Baka hiyo kukuta he end up. When an ambassador is only allowed makatano peke yake aishi kwa every country. Okay? All diplomacy as a Kenyan, as any country, is only allowed 5 years akae huko. And 5 years, because why they have to change every 5 years? Because you have to control the language, connection. Vitu mingi sana isifanyike. So how did he end up huko? Okay?
But you see, for me, I always want to see it in a different perspective. Like literally, I don't understand why most times because you're black, it hits you so hard than the one that is actually here, the tribal one here. So maybe here you can be a Kalenjin and you get employed as a Kalenjin. Right? And then when you get a chance to go abroad, now you're treated as a general citizen, maybe a black person. Now it hits you hard. Oh, you know, in my country, I'm well known as a Kalenjin. So ego comes in. Why is it that in the West, I'm not known as this guy the same way I'm known in my country? So I think it's just an ego play. Like literally, all of us are just evil until we die from that nature.
Look, that's how our doctors are blind, our politicians are blind, and that's where we are going to be trusting as a hospital, as a common nation, as everything.
But most doctors don't even have identities. Most doctors don't even know God. That's why they think science is above God.
There you go.
Yeah, so most doctors don't know God, and that's why they're actually exploiting you people, because they think they went to school to study, and now ego sets in, and now they just converted you into cash cows. So most doctors are that way, and it's just here is actually been normalized. But when we go outside the country, where we have to spend more money now, because why are we even going outside the country? When look at it this way, in Kenyatta National Hospital, we have a private wing. we have people who can actually afford the private wing, and there are people who cannot afford. Therefore, this is for people who actually can. So we already discriminated healthcare in terms of those who can actually afford this and who cannot afford this. So it's actually happening here. So whatever we are thinking is happening out there, we have it here.
We have it, but we what do I call? We manipulated what we have. Okay? It's too much. They play a very bad game. Chemotherapy, it costs a lot of money here in Kenya. Whereby huko, it costs maybe 10% of what we pay here. Okay? And then secondly, for caring hapo, hospitality side, we are not in good, except only the hotels and the welcoming tourism.
Where are you going to? Where have you disappeared to? Hello? African lady, where have you disappeared to? I really want to understand. I really want to know a lot of things here, because I don't know why we constantly complain about how we are treated in the West when the exact same treatment is actually happening here, but nobody's calling it out. How is that possible? Right? How is it possible that we are complaining about health institutions and education systems in the West, how they are treating us, when here we are discriminated the same way we are discriminated out there, only that here the discrimination is against the black person. So a black person discriminating against the black person in the name of tribes. So why are we playing victims all the time? Why? A whole national hospital has a private wing for those who actually have money and those who don't have money. The same hospital. Same hospital, different treatments. So these guys will have special treatment because they can afford the private wing. These other guys will just be there sharing beds. Same hospital. So how is it possible that we are complaining about the setup of the hospital institutions away, maybe in India or in the US, when we can actually establish these things here? Our government is not establishing any hospitals anymore. They've actually said the UHC fund is not there. So now, most doctors are running out of the country to go and actually try and learn outside so that they can actually come back and exploit people here. So a doctor will go and study in the US, and then they come back, and on their doors, all they have written is all these titles and the countries they've visited. You saw the former Minister of Health who had a CV that was 96 pages. 10 pages are countries where he has actually traveled. 10 pages. You can see it easily in Mandera. People actually discriminated against because of their hair. That happens in Mandera. That is here in Kenya. Right? In Kisumu, somebody will not talk to you unless you're talking in Luo. And unless your name is Obunde or Okuyu or nobody cares about you. It is happening here. So why are we playing victims when we go to the West? Like, why are they so bad and we are so good now? When we discriminate against each other, aren't we just as evil as they are? So I don't think there's somebody who hates you just because you're black. No. Nobody hates you because you're Kikuyu. People just hate themselves because they cannot achieve what you've achieved. That is one. So they're inadequate because nobody can hate you when they're actually doing better than you. That is one. Number two, people have hate and anger inside them, and they're looking for a place to put this anger. So therefore, a tribe or a race provides a chance for them to exercise this anger. And now, government's actually buying in this idea because the government is full of people who have anger or anger. So now they are bringing you something called affirmative action, so that you don't have to care. As long as you're black, you'll be given free food. As long as you're a woman, you'll be given a free post in the name of women rep. You don't have to fight so much. No, you don't have to do anything. We will give you a position because you are weak as a human being. You cannot fight for yourself. You will be given a position just because you're a woman. That is discrimination, right? That's why equality just makes no sense. So you say you want to be equal, but when it comes to some other things, equality has to favor you. Now there's affirmative action. So therefore women have to be given certain type of jobs because they are women. That a black pilot, he did not even qualify, but he has to be employed as a pilot, fly airplanes, commercial airplanes, because he's just black. So therefore we must have 50% of pilots being white and 50% being black. We don't care about qualification anymore. We simply care about the rest. So people have become so weak that we care about offending other people. But anytime you're telling the truth, you risk offending people. Jordan Peterson said that. Every time you say the truth, you risk offending people. So the choice is yours. Will you now take the risk, or will you stay there as a coward just because you're afraid of offending some people? That's why we constantly say, who can a lawyer? Who can a lawyer? Because we know we are weak. We can't say the truth. So we'd rather stay silent. They manipulate you, because if you say the truth, they'll take you to court. But you're the same person who is a Christian there with the Bible every day saying, oh, hallelujah, and the truth shall set you free. But when the truth comes, your time you should have to say it, you're like, I am afraid to go to court. Oh, they'll run me bankrupt. Oh, they'll come after my license. Blah, 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 and all these things. So who will say the truth that you're actually saying we uphold? who will take that responsibility. We must step up. We must walk out of this victimhood. We must walk out of this nonsense that is being taught to us by our parents, by our political leaders and all that. That we actually hate each other because of race, because of tribes. We don't. We are finding a reason to air our emotions out and our anger out, and we are using tribes, races, sex as an option to air out and exercise the anger inside us. The real world is not out there. The real world is not in the tribe. The real world is inside you. And until you fix what is inside you, it's not going to happen. You're going to play a victim every single day. And I see us going to the West to learn their history. We go to their schools to learn their stories. And then we come back here and ego comes in. We can't even practice it here because it doesn't relate to us. So why don't we build African schools? Why don't we start platforms that actually teach Africans our own things? Most times I ask myself, where did the African Bible disappear to? Christians. Where are our cultures? When our grandfathers used to go under a tree and just do a sacrifice, slaughter a goat, the smoke goes up and tomorrow rain is coming. Where did that go to? And nowadays we have to be bound on a book and put our mind into a book. We become so intellectual now, common sense escapes us. We can't question small things because if we are afraid, inside us we have fear. If you question, they will come after you. If you question, this will happen. We've seen our very own son of the soil, Ibrahim Traore, doing his thing. But when he does that, look at all Africans. All of us in our heads, we have this thought that one day he will be killed. So we are actually waiting for the day he will be killed. And nobody will say anything. Because you're thinking the worst. You're already thinking he'll be killed. We are so evil. Our minds are so manipulated. We are so controlled. We actually actors in a script that was written by other people. You don't have your own script. And the schools are the reason why we act this way. So until the education system starts to change, but that cannot change if you are still angry, if you're still easy to manipulate, if you're still easy to control, because you lack an identity. So how do we fix this? All of us, regardless of what you're doing, regardless of your profession, go and face your mother, regardless of your relationship with your mother. Because you already know human beings are not perfect. So your father was not perfect, your mother was not perfect. Therefore, their identities are still in you. And that's why you will say, I am not perfect. And then I ask you, you are not perfect according to who? You're comparing yourself in terms of perfection. According to which standard? You can't answer that question. Which tells you that your parents were not adequate and you are now inadequate. So therefore, you must overcome them. The major problem is not anything else. It's the false identity that trickled down from our parents. So we must overcome it. Go and forgive your fathers. Go and forgive your mothers. Overcome their false identities. You will see life in a different angle. Trust me, you will see life in a different angle. You will not seek any validation. You will not be insecure. You will not sabotage yourself because most of you have a lot of power. You have a lot of power inside you, but you cannot exercise that power because you actually, anger separates you from that power. Anger separates you from God. Your heart, which is full of anger, cannot know love because a heart that has anger cannot harbor love. Love is the nature of God. Anger is the nature of evil. And until you die from that evil, it's not going to happen. You will think you love. You will have the ideas of love. Yet all you have is an idea you got in a movie. That is one. Number two, all you have is expectations. You're hoping that if I love these people, they love me back. But that's not how love operates. Those people you love don't have to love you back. If you're hoping that they can love you back, you're actually inadequate. And you don't even have love. Because when you love people, like for me, if I love a woman, I'll provide. I will show her leadership. I'll train her to actually behave the way I would appreciate. So I'll teach her things because I'm receiving revelations through my identity. Now realize that statement. Revelations are coming from or through your identity. So if you have an identity of your father and your mother, or your priest, or your role model, how do you expect the Spirit of good to communicate to you? It has to use your own identity. You have anger, and you might think you have control over it. You don't. That's why you will control it with one person. The next one will still upset you. How did they upset you if you have control? How did they upset you if you totally have self-control? Or if you have this, what you call a free will? How? You must overcome this. Atidoku ukiendelea hivi utakuwa pastor. How do you know I'm not a pastor already? I'm Uncle Chile. Huh? These are things you will not be taught in church, brother. You go to the church with the same problems. You will do tithing. You will sing in the choir. And you will come out with more problems. More than the ones that you went in church with. So here we try as much as possible to offer you a solution in terms of helping you to overcome those false identities. But in church, somebody collects 3-4 verses from one place to another and connects them. And because he knows you are manipulated easily, he sells you the idea that these verses are making sense to you. So as you're seated there, he's saying these things and selling you hope. And you start to believe that there's a future. And that future is tomorrow. Yet you don't even have tomorrow. He starts lying to you that he can actually prophesy something in your life. Who can prophesy something in your life or to your life when they themselves, they don't know about tomorrow? God says, don't ask me for tomorrow's deeds. Bring all your thoughts into captivity and stay still. That's when you know me. But you are constantly in your imagination, allowing the devil to control you. You're constantly chasing false identities, chasing validation from human beings. You're constantly chasing a career. You're constantly thinking you love your children and your parent. And those that you love, they become your God, they control you. And now you dig your own pit. And the Spirit of God is still inside you, hoping that one day you get to allow it to work with you. So God is not judging you because He's not emotional. He understands that all you've done, you're not responsible. It is the Spirit that lives in you that is responsible. So He understands that. But your role is to make sure that you show Him you want these spirits of evil out of your path so that you get your identity and you allow Him to work with you through that identity. And until you do that, you will visit every single church. You will go in every single church and nothing is going to change. You will go to every single priest and they'll put their hands on you. Nothing is changing. They'll sprinkle all the anointing water on you, which is nothing to do with the anointment. Oh, they'll give you 30 liters of anointed water. Nothing is going to change. Your situation will be the same. Even your pastor has anger and he's the one who carries that anointing bottle. He has issues with his family. He's grabbing land somewhere. You saw the other one is unable to pay taxes and land rates. You saw that? Our whole pastor cannot pay land rates because because the church is a church. So he's saying, how can a church pay this? But that's not, churches have to follow the rules. What are you teaching? A church has to follow the law. It doesn't matter who you are. Or you think we've forgotten? This is the same guy who hit. There was a person who was hit by his Range Rover, the red Range Rover in Naivasha. Killed somebody in Naivasha and then came back to Nairobi, hired the best lawyers. And when the case was withdrawn, he failed to pay those lawyers. And those lawyers came back to the internet complaining that, hey, this pastor has not paid us. We forget so easily, do we? We do. This is a pastor who slaps people in church because of anger. He cannot control his anger. But his church is always filled with people who actually want to be sold hope, right? But nobody's saying something, because if you say something, they'll tell you, oh, you know what, you're questioning God. You're not questioning God, you're questioning human beings. Because God does not hear. We don't talk to God. God is not a human being. I'm talking to you, pastor. Always seeking validation on the internet. I hope he gets this clip so they actually use it on TikTok. Ati komanda atakulaani wewe, achana yeye. Trust me, mimi nimelaaniwa mara mingi. Yani there's all this nonsense coming in form of curses. From doctors who think I'm so controversial, who think I'm actually destroying their businesses, to now pastors who think me fixing their souls is criminal. They will end up not making money from the business of churches. Churches are businesses nowadays. I've received all those curses. They're not working. And you can easily see, we are always growing because of you people. Alright? And all the time when I turn on these cameras to actually do this show, I'm always talking to myself. I'm always trying to explain things to me. I'm always trying to actually talk about my life, because that is me. And possibly, if this inspires you, it's because you've gone through the same journey. And apparently it does, because you have gone through the same journey. You have anger, just like I was. Oh, in 2016, I was emotional, my friends. And then blaming people. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Allow me to advertise my platforms. Now, on YouTube right now, I'm on a platform called 𝗕𝗘𝗬𝗢𝗚. So this is where, don't come here thinking I'm Dr. Leo is here. No, here is 𝗕𝗘𝗬𝗢𝗚. No emotions, no nothing. We come here to actually make sure we fix you. We'll tell you the truth how it is. If you're watching these lives with your wife or your husband or your children, and now you're hiding your face because whatever I'm saying is actually affecting your family directly, no, you are a victim. Drop the victimhood, apologize to your parents, forgive them, overcome them. And now you can actually sit there and explain things to your children. You don't need Dr. Lewis or Uncle Chilo to come and explain these things to you. Because you can actually, the same God who showed me light is the same God who will show you the light. So go find your light. My role is to point you into the direction of light. But most of you, not all, most of you love hell. You love your hell. Therefore, we'll allow you to suffer until you realize, you know what, I need my identity. That's when you will die from that ego. Because ego is the enemy, and the enemy is anger. All right. So thank you so much for being here. 2 hours done and 14 minutes. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's time for me to call it a night. Tomorrow is another day. Those of you who are fasting, congratulations. Keep going. Sunday, we'll see you on the breakfast table. Those of you who have supported us through liking today, we just got into 120 likes. Hey, this is amazing on TikTok. Guys have been so tremendous. I appreciate you. If you're on YouTube, it's your last time to actually press that like button, because I told you this is the platform that is going to be bigger than the other one. So thank you so much for supporting us in every way possible, whether it's subscribing, whether it's liking or sharing our videos in those WhatsApp groups, whether they curse you because you shared Dr. Levy's videos telling them the truth as it is. Keep going, keep sharing, because their curse cannot affect you. They did not create you, they cannot destroy you. All right? You will destroy yourself by allowing the spirit of evil to actually overcome you. So go and forgive your mothers to overcome their evil nature. Go and forgive your fathers to overcome their weaknesses. And once you've done that, you will see life in a different angle. I wish you well, and well shall come your way. Because if it came my way, it can actually come your way. You deserve better, you will get better. All right? Join my Telegram channel, Health and Wellness Sport on Telegram. Join my other YouTube platform and subscribe, Health and Wellness Sport. But on YouTube right now, the live that has just happened, which is Identity Fridays, happens on the YouTube channel called 𝗕𝗘𝗬𝗢𝗚. Now, on Tuesday, we are in Nairobi for our physical consultations. Nairobi, we are coming for 2 weeks. We'll be in Nairobi from Tuesday all the way to the 6th of June. So we allow you to bring those conversations at the Health and Wellness Sport Centers in Lavington. Welcome on board. Let's have these conversations. Let's change your life for the better. Book an appointment with us through the office contact that we've always provided. I'll do that for the last time because possibly this is the last live until June. 0707074722. That is my office contact. Send a WhatsApp message to that contact and tell us what you would wish us to do. You will be booked in for a physical consultation or an online consultation. We can roll this conversation. Those of you who have actually had a chance to have a conversation with us know it's always amazing. It's beautiful. It's big. It's major. It's mind-blowing and opening. You will see things differently because we teach you a lot of things. We explain a lot of things to you, and you get to understand where your suffering comes from. Once you understand that, you don't need a doctor. You can change that for yourself. Ignore the noise that is going on, the ego that is going on, ego noise that is going on the internet. Oh, this doctor is fighting this doctor. Oh, this herbalist is fighting that doctor. Ignore that nonsense. These are people who are full of ego. And until they overcome that ego, they will always play that ego game on you to extract resources from you. So ignore that noise, focus on yourself, fix yourself, because your real world is inside you. Keep changing your life for the better. See you on Tuesday in Nairobi. I hope I can be the person to change your life for the better. Have a good night, and we'll see you again in June.